Hello friends, and welcome back to Victory Lane with Christian Potts. Well, if we're in Victory Lane, it must mean we're talking about Tony Stewart again. It seems every week Smoke is doing something big to get us to talk about him. Well, this past weekend in Pocono, Stewart made it all the way to the front of the field and won for the first time this year in a points race. Of course, Tony won the All-Star race last month in Charlotte. This one, though, his first ever points victory as a driver-owner. He put on the owner cap pretty well once again after the race, talking about how all the guys at Stewart-Haas Racing got him there.
There at the end there, we had an awesome pit stop. I mean, our guys been doing such a great job all year, and come in second and come out with the lead like that. I mean, that was really the turning point for us there at the end. And once we got that lead and were able to hold Carl off, they went into fuel mode and tried to conserve. And as soon as we got a little bit of a lead, we were able to do the same thing. So, it's just at that point listening to Darian, and he knows what pace we need to run, and he just kept backing me down when I'd get going too hard or too quick. He would tell me he needed more, and we'd slow down a little more. So you hate to have to kind of be in that situation, but unfortunately that's a theme here when we come to Pocono a lot of times, with it being such a large track like this.
Well, Tony and the boys will stay up in the northern United States this week. Michigan International Speedway hosting this weekend's NASCAR event. That's a track that's been around for 40 years now. NASCAR has been there for quite a few of those. Of course, back in the day, not that many years ago, most of the series schedule was down in the southern part of the United States. But like the IndyCar series, they've been up there in Michigan for years. It's a facility that not only has been there a long time, but the track itself has not been redone for quite a number of years. That's something a number of drivers talked about this week. Really makes for some good racing.
We like it because it has options. It's a big track. You can get away from the guy's wake in front of you. You can always pick up a little bit of a draft down the straightaway. So we have some options, and anywhere we have options is good for us. So I mean, it's a worn-out racetrack too, which is great. Is because we have excess tire wear there, which is good. Anytime you have to come and take tires at an old worn-out racetrack, that's what drivers love the most.
Well, the economy has struck again, this time on the Truck Series, as the Red Horse Racing Team having to shut down a car due to lack of sponsorship. Doesn't sound like that big a deal until you realize who's driving that truck. That would be Johnny Benson. Benson was the 2008 Series champion for the trucks. He just ran 4th place at Texas Motor Speedway last week, and he's 7th overall in the point standings. Because of lack of money, he'll be sitting on the sidelines for the foreseeable future. It's one thing to see cars and teams that aren't able to be competitive sitting out, but it's a sure sign that the economic situation is still not great when guys who are doing a pretty good job are sitting out as well. Well, that's about it for this week's show. The next time you see me, I'll actually be a married man, getting that done here in a few days. I'm amazed I got through this show. It's really been kind of an interesting week trying to get all this together. So I'm really proud of myself. A little pat on the back for holding it together. And especially a pat on the back for my fiance for not kicking me out before we even get there. Thanks again. We'll see you next time in Victory Lane with Christian Potts.